This is the best view of the Tippecanoe River. Displaying the glory of God's creation by exploring America one park at a time. Welcome to Parking Full Time with Big Dave, the parks professor. Welcome back to Parking Full Time. I am Big Dave, the parks professor. We are at Tippecanoe River State Park. We are in northwest Indiana, between Indianapolis and Chicago. We have an interesting trail bridge here right at the beginning of the trail. That's a stone structure there supporting both the opposite side and the present side of the bridge. So probably this was something before it was a trail bridge. As I mentioned, we're at Tippecanoe River State Park in northwest Indiana. Today is Monday, September the 23rd. And the temperature right now is a damp but refreshingly cool 65 degrees. This will probably be one of the first videos that you'll see off of my trip number 24 to Wisconsin and northwest Indiana. But it's actually one of the last hikes I'm doing on this trip. I've had some really hot weather to deal with on this trip, and you'll see that as I release more of the videos. But it's nice to be out here on a day where the temperature is less than 70, or actually for that matter, less than 80. Because I haven't had very many of those on this trip. The main feature of this park is the Tippecanoe River, and that's what we're going to feature on this hike. This hike we're going to do is about a 4-mile loop. It uses parts of trails numbers 4, 5, and 3. We started at the Riverside Parking Area and Nature Center. As you saw, we're on trail number 4 right now. This trail will take us down along the Tippecanoe River. Then we'll go over to trail number 5, come back on trail number 3. That will form our loop. That is the plan for the hike today. So let's get to it. We came around to the north end of trail 4, and then we turned to the right to start hiking trail number 5. And right now we're hiking through this really nice pine planting. Nice and probably fairly old pine planting. We haven't seen much of the river yet. We saw an oxbow lake and a very brief glimpse of the river, which wasn't really even enough to put on camera. So that's a little disappointing, but trail number 5 takes us along the river also. So hopefully there are better river views to come. We've been going for about an hour now. We've just been cruising along. It's been really flat and very easy. But we are now along the river for the second time. And this is the best view of the Tippecanoe River. This river is southward flowing. It flows down into southern Indiana towards the Wabash, the Ohio, and eventually the Gulf of Mexico. Did see a heron back there. Don't see any wildlife here. But it is a nice scene. We are still working around trail number 5. And so we will keep going. We came around the loop portion of trail number 5. And then we cut down to trail number 3. And we took that back to trail number 4. And we just crossed the Campground entrance road, which means we are almost back to the Nature Center parking area where we started. This has been a pretty good hike. For a park that is centered around the river, I was kind of expecting more river views. We did hike the 2 trails that are closest to the river. And we still only got like 3 river views, and that was all 3 of those were through the trees. So it seems like they could have laid out the trail system a little better to better feature the river. But that's just my opinion. Also, as I've mentioned on some other videos I've done in Indiana state parks, the state of Indiana tends to overrate the difficulty of their trails. For example, they rated trail number 5 that we did as moderate. I personally would rank every trail that we did as easy. It's been very flat and very easy going, just a nice easy cruise. And when I rate this up in the trail journal, I'll rate the difficulty as 3 out of 10, or easy to moderate. I do want to thank you for watching this video. Parking full time would not be anything without the people who watch. I realize that every day, and therefore I thank you every day. Also, please remember that I do not take any monetary compensation for anything I do for this project. I took a vow to do that many years ago, and I have kept to that vow. And therefore, all I get for doing these videos and producing these blog entries are your likes, your subscribes, your views, and your comments, and to appreciate all of those things. So I'm going to close out this video from Tippecanoe River State Park in Northwest Indiana. I am Big Dave, the Parks Professor, for Parking Full Time. Have a great afternoon, take care, and Lord bless.